Hey everyone, Rachel here, Oracle Spiritual Healer and Teacher. I'm recording this on August 1st. I'm not sure quite when I'm going to release it, but I felt called today to do a message specifically for women and women who have experienced abuse, whether that be physical, emotional, or mental abuse, and the myriad of ways in which one can experience that. I too have experienced that. And sometimes, depending on a person's situation, you could be in an abusive situation, not even realize it. And that's sort of scary, but can keep someone in a relationship or in a circumstance for much longer. Just for much longer. And since I work with the spiritual world, when I talk about abuse, it doesn't just apply to this life. Usually those patterns, not always, but usually those patterns are coming from past lives. And when they come from past lives, right, it's most likely going to be more than one past life. So just to explain it a little, when we have an experience and there's an intensity to the experience, it leaves an intense or deep imprint into our energetic field. Now, every experience we have leaves an imprint, but the more intense that experience is, the more intensity of the imprint in our aura. And so if we've had a really joyful experience, we've been really in love, or we've just had so much happiness, right? That's also in there. And that can be connected to people, places, situations, what we do with our life, right? It's all in there. It's all in our energy field. It's all in our body. It's the same thing with the other end of the spectrum and everything in between, right? So if we've had really traumatic experiences, whether it's, a car wreck or, being persecuted or, ousted by our community or abuse of some sort, that's also going to be in our energy field. So when something is imprinted in our field, we start to draw that towards us, right? And as we draw that towards us, it becomes a pattern because we keep drawing it towards us. We draw that, say we were in a car accident. Well, next lifetime, we draw that towards us again. It may manifest as a car accident. It may manifest as just fear of driving, right? Or this belief that you're going to get into an accident. Either way, you're calling something like that in. Let's say another experience happens that's not maybe exactly the same, but similar, right? Makes the imprint even deeper. So then it starts to become this pattern because we're holding this energy, we're attracting this energy, right? And so that's what is a karmic pattern. It's our karma to experience this thing. Now, that doesn't mean we've earned it, right? Like we've done something bad to earn that happening. No, it's nothing about that. It's about something our system hasn't processed out. So let's say we have that traumatic experience. And if we're still affected by the cars or being in a car or driving or hearing cars, that means we haven't processed that experience yet, right? Or if there's a fear of being in an accident, there's still things that haven't been processed. It's still sitting in our body as this trauma. So, because that's the only reason why it keeps coming back. It's because it's in our energy. So if we want to shift that karmic pattern, we got to shift the energy. And one way to do that, well, the way to do that, but there's many ways to do this, is to process that experience fully. And this is what I help people do. This is some of what I help people do. Because once we process that experience, we're letting it go. We're neutralizing that experience so it's no longer affecting us. So in the case of some sort of trauma of any kind, it's not because we deserve it. It's simply because we haven't processed it fully yet. And because we haven't processed it fully, we keep attracting it back into our lives. And every time we keep attracting it back, we have more to process. We have another traumatizing experience we then have to process. And the longer we wait on processing that, the more it starts to rack up, right? The more our closet becomes full. So that's how that works. We're not doing a clearing today on that. I just want to give a message of hope. And I'm going to start with my oracle cards and go from there. Again, I'm just felt called to do this and see where it takes us. I'm going to have to sneeze. Okay. This is my very first deck, my old school Goddess Guidance Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. Very first one I ever had. So let's see what wants to come through. It's a message for all the women who've experienced that sort of trauma. Start delegating, asking for help, and processing these experiences, letting them go, moving on, not letting them affect you and letting them dictate how your life or what your life looks like. Another way of saying that is reclaiming your power within it all. So asking for help, because we all need help. Some of us can receive it better than other people. But, we're not here to do it on our own. And if you're independent like me, that can be sometimes hard to trust that someone else will help you, that someone else is there for you, or that they're going to show up for you, right? But we're not here to do it on our own. We're here to do it in community. We're here to do it with each other, in relationship, because everything's a relationship, is how we can heal and grow. Do we need to take time on our own? Absolutely. But if you think you can heal everything by sitting in a cave for 50 years, the possibilities of that are quite slim. Quite slim. Because you have to learn how to be with something other than yourself. You have to learn that. And being in community, we can mirror things to each other. We can help each other. Even when it feels like someone's not helping, they actually are. Next one, rhythms and cycles. Okay, they want me to look down here. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So that's what that's about. So, as we go, we have these experiences, whether we've gotten to the place of healing them or not. Our emotions around them go up and down. Our sensations in our body go up and down. We can maybe look at them differently. Like that can shift and change, right? And, the sort of the reliving of the experience in and out of our consciousness, in and out of our awareness. And what that card is saying, what they're saying is that all that's okay. Right? That's going to happen. And just be with it and acknowledge it, that that's there. Even if you are in the healing process, that's what the healing process looks like. Acknowledging that there's something there, there's some trauma there that's affecting you, whether it's how you think or how you feel or how you're acting. And that's okay. Doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. Express yourself. Yeah, it says the arts, but it's about expression. And what they mean by that is sharing your story. Sharing your story, sharing your feelings with people you trust, with people you love, with people who can receive you, with people who can listen and hold space for you. For a lot of people, talking about an experience helps them clear it, helps them move the experience, the energy out of their body. Now, can it get to a place where we're reliving it over and over? Yes, right? But when talking about something is healing, is when, when talking about something is healing is when we're talking about it to release it, to get it out of us, not to rehatch it. That's when it's destructive. So express yourself with that. Okay, I want to go into this deck. These cards are quite big. Self-mastery. This is knowing yourself, how your past experiences, or it could be your current experiences, are shaping you. Know how these things affect you. Know how they show up in your life. Make changes as needed. All right, so that's also a little bit of like taking your power back, not letting the trauma dictate who you are, how you act, what your life can or cannot look like. The relationships. Oh, goodness. Okay. So that card is about, if we have experienced any type of abuse, right? It's with yourself and somebody else. The Sacred Union card is representing you and that other person. And it's really about a contract that's there. Now, a lot of times, I'll say every time you are with someone, and this is on both sides, there is an opportunity for healing and growth to take place. Now, with some people, there's not much healing because the relationship's already great. But when we're talking about experiences that have left traumatic marks and that soul has come back into this lifetime, right? Or that experience has come back into this lifetime, there's always an opportunity to heal it through acting, through the actions, right? So what we're doing in our lives. So this card, what they're saying about this is, sometimes we can find ourselves in a relationship or in a circumstance that we're asking, why did that happen to me? Well, it's because there was an opportunity for healing to take place, but it wasn't chosen. What was chosen was the same traumatic cycle over and over again. I'm not just saying on your side, I'm also talking on the other side, the person who's inflicted harm upon you. All right, that's the choice that they made. And there was an opportunity for different choices to be made. Right? And when that opportunity is acknowledged and that chance is taken, then healing can take place. Now, that's not the only way, but is one of those ways. So it's to know that this is none of your fault. It's not your fault. And we call in situations in our life because they are opportunities to heal. They are opportunities to grow. Does it mean we always take the opportunity? Absolutely not. We don't. Okay, a few more cards. Deliberation. That's about thinking about what you want to get out of your life. It's tied into not letting your experience define you and define what your life looks like. All right, and that's how we grow. That's how we grow. So I want to see what else they want to share with me. They're saying that none of this is your fault. All these experiences you've had in little ways and big ways are not your fault. It's not your fault that someone else is angry or upset or impulsive or has hate. It's not your fault that somebody else is deceptive, manipulative, and afraid. All of those souls, justice will come. Karma will come. Things will be made right. Things will be healed this time or next time regarding those other people. With that, patience, will be needed, but to rest assured that it will happen and to focus on your own healing, health, and prosperity. To focus on your own abundance, your joy and vitality. And remember, someone trying to hurt someone else, hurting somebody else only hurts themselves when it all comes down to it. In the end, they are only hurting themselves in this life and all the other lives. They're saying rest assured in this. And they're saying women should stay together like a collective with their strength and support with each other. Not to let yourself be deceived by those who use it to try to gain power. So pain, claiming that someone has hurt them to try to gain power of some sort. But to stay clear and acknowledge the truth. Always come back to the truth. Yeah. The feminine is healing. Bits of the masculine are. And in time, and as people are ready, more will be healed. But first, the masculine has to be exposed. And exposure will take place more and more. And when that happens, the feminine will be liberated. Yeah. So that's my offering to you. I hope you found that helpful. please consider liking and subscribing to this channel, as it helps it expand and be seen by more people. And be well. Thank you.